In this video, we're going to be going over some new products from Injured Gadgets. This is actually a small version of a larger kit that you can get from Injured Gadgets for backglass removal. This backglass removal does not require you to have any type of laser whatsoever. So I already had a few items, and they sent me over some more items that I did not have, like the clamps, some glue guns, they've got some gloves in here, all of the new blades and blade handle, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to start going through this. I did already go ahead and get this started opening. So we're going to go ahead and just start diving into what's inside here. So the first thing I'm really excited about is the new holder. So this right here is the new backglass tool. You're going to be able to place a phone within this little hole right here, and it will swivel 360 degrees, and you can actually use this clamp right here to lock it in place. So this is going to be really handy, so we're not trying to hold our phones anymore as we're going through the process. I actually have a back glass right here I could show you. So you just kind of open this up with the crank until we can get our phone in there. Just keep opening it. Almost there. There we go. So now that it's set in there flush, I can just kind of twist it the opposite direction, clamp that phone in here. And now I have access to be able to get to all the different points on here to remove all of this back glass. And like I said, I can move this clamp and just kind of shift it so that I can scrape at different angles. So that's going to be super handy and helpful as we're going through this process. Let's see, another thing they have sent over are some wipes. So these are just some microfiber wipes in here. So if you open them up, so these are going to be really great for cleaning the surface with some alcohol, making sure we have a nice clean surface to be able to continue to install our new back glass. They also included some safety gear. So we have some anti-static gloves. Okay, they're also going to be heat gloves and some safety glasses. You always want to wear safety glasses when you are doing this type of repair because the glass will fling off and just go everywhere. So those are in this kit as well as those gloves. Continue to move forward. This is really awesome. So this right here is by Mechanic. It's T5111, and this is 100 milliliters of it. So this chemical is actually what we're going to be using to be able to remove the back glass. It's a really strong chemical to be able to deteriorate the adhesive within the phone. So we actually have here, it came with this little bottle. I've already gotten it set up because we're getting ready to do a back glass. So it came with this little bottle that I can go ahead and put that in with a little needle nose applicator. Super handy. We also have some new blades. So these are going to be super awesome. So these blades are all different sizes and styles. So we'll just kind of take a look at these real quick. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different types of blades here. So each of the blades have their specific number on them as to what type of blade that they actually are. So we'll just kind of break each of these down, take a look at each of them. So this first one that we're looking at, this is the number 21 blade, and they come in packs of 10. So this number 21 blade I'm super excited about because it has this little hook with it. So if you kind of see, it's got the flat end of the blade and then it has this hook around it. So you can actually get underneath and then kind of hook a piece of glass and pull it off. So that's going to be super handy. Once again, this is the number 21 blade. Let's put those back in here. Moving on, this one here is the number 13 blade. Open it up. So this one's just a thin, flat, curved tool. We've been using all different types of razors up to this point, and they've been really thick, but these here are actually really thin, which is going to help us to be able to get underneath all of this glass really well. I think it's going to work a lot better than using some of those like X-Acto knives and things. This blade is the number 22 blade. Another kind of funky shape to it, kind of hooks as well. So I'm sure that one will be handy as well to get into some nooks and crannies, maybe even around the camera and everything. That would be really handy. We'll have to see how that works. Next up, I have the number 18 blade. So this is just another thin curved one. Looks to be a little bit shorter than the previous thin curved blade. Just a little shorter. And then finally the number 7 blade, which has our nice long flat edge to be able to get into all of these spaces. So like I said, the biggest thing with these blades is they do have a lot of different shapes and structures to them, but they're really thin. So I feel like that's going to help us a lot in getting into these smaller, tight spaces when it comes to removing all of this back glass. Next up, we do have a new handle made specifically for those blades. This one's by Mechanic. It's just a regular blade holder. So I twist it open, place my blade in, twist it closed, and now we can go ahead and go at it. Now this right here is super awesome. This is a glass breaker. Now we have been using glass breakers when it comes to back glass repair for a long while now. We use all different types, but most of the time they are actually used in like cars and vehicles trying to get into them and breaking that amount of glass. So that's going to take a lot more pressure than what our typical iPhone can stand. So this right here was actually designed with the iPhone in mind. So we can go ahead and kind of adjust the torque a little bit, but we can just simply take it and I'll come down here and just place it on there, and it's just a light break of it. Okay, so that one's really light. Let me kind of adjust a little bit. There we go. So you can see there how it's breaking it. All across. Okay. So like I said, it was designed for iPhones, so we won't have to continue to damage things beyond repair, especially if you do this back glass stuff without removing all the parts inside of the phone. So that is super handy. Really excited for that. And then, of course, they did send us some adhesive for reattaching the back glass. Now, we have a couple of options when it comes to adhesive. You have cold press glue, you have AB glue. This one in particular is our cold press glue. So we're just going to kind of take a look at this. I've already opened up this little baggie. So there's my cold press. It does come with these tips to put on the end. Okay, and then it has the gun that comes with it. It's kind of like a caulking gun. So basically what you want to do with this is that piece needs to go inside here. You see how it's round flat, so it needs to go into here. So when you insert it, you want to just kind of squeeze, holding everything downward. Okay, and then I'm just going to slip this in place. All the way down. There we go, almost there. All right, so once it's all the way in, then you can just slip this down inside here. Hold on, I'm trying to get the piece to go all the way. Let's try it this way. There it goes. We can get it. All right. Once I can get this on here, we'll be able to show you how to use it. However, it does not seem to want to cooperate right now. Oh, that's why, because I have it upside down. So you want these little nodules, those little steps in it, this way. It's my fault. Sorry about that. Now it's in there flush, and we can slide this down over top and close it in. Now that that's done, all you have to do is just squeeze to get it out. On this side, you can put the little tip so you have more control over it. So like I said, this is just partial of this kit that you can get from Injured Gadgets. A lot of really cool items in here, a lot of really helpful pieces. You do need to have a hot air station as well as a smoke absorber for this particular type of repair. So just kind of keep that in mind as you are going about this. But other than that, you should be pretty set to go. I think the most thing that I'm most excited about is this right here, this little holder. Can't tell you how many times I have stabbed my hand trying to remove all of this back glass. So be sure to check out Injured Gadgets. You can get a lot of different sets that help you when you don't have a laser to be able to remove back glass like a professional.